Hey all, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make a calculator in Python. Now making a calculator in Python's not that hard, also not that easy. It requires a decent amount of knowledge. However, here I'm going to show you how to do it and what you really need. So first off, all you need is really an IDE or Integrated Development Environment. That's what I think it stands for, and I hope it stands for that. But let's get started. So obviously let's create a variable called num1, and we're just going to set that to none for now. So for our operator, we want, again, none, and then num2 equals none. Why do I hate this keyboard. Alrighty, so we just created our variables already, and we're obviously going to be collecting input from them. How are we going to collect input through them? So, first off, we are going to want to type float input. And then we want to put in now, because this calculator is going to be a little harder for the average person to use, and you might not even remember how to use it. You might be making it for a family member. That's all I know. What we are going to want to do is we're going to want to do enter your first number. Enter your first number. Alrighty. Then we're just going to go down here, input, because this is the operator, plus addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. We do not want the float because that's going to confuse the program. So we obviously want enter the operator. Alrighty, enter the operator. It's done. And then for the top one, we want to, I'm just going to copy and paste the top one here. Then we're going to change this to second. Yeah, that should be it. Alrighty, we're going to change that to second. Alrighty, so now we're going to go down here, and what are we going to do? Well, we're going to create an if statement. So if op is equal to, let's do plus pass as a placeholder. So now just copy and paste this, Control C, 4 times, and then go and change this out. And I will show you how to make some usability optimizations too. Alrighty. So now in our first one, we're going to want to do num1 plus num2. Hold on, let's put a little bit of a variable in here. It's called sum equals there. And print str, which is going to convert it to a string so that we can print it out easier. Str sum. Alright, I'm just going to copy this line of code, Control C, then sum equals num1 minus num2. And then repeat this process down, which I'm going to go through the whole process. Sum equals num1 plus num2. Alrighty, and then right here, save your file, and you're going to want to run it. Then enter your first number. We want let's just do 5 times 5. And that's an error right there. We got an error, it looks like. Yes, no program is going to work the right way. So, if your program runs without any bugs or issues on the first try, there is something wrong, and you're going to encounter it through your program. So you just go through the whole thing. So let's rerun that. Alrighty, our first number, 5 times 5, 25. Perfect. So we made it run. Now let's do a few convenience tweaks, and then we'll do a performance tweak. Alrighty. So our first convenience tweak is going to be putting this in a while loop. Alrighty, so this is going to be the fun part, and that is going to be doing this. I think any programmer can relate to having to do something like this. Alrighty, save that, and now run it. Now we're just going to do 1 plus 2. So 1 plus 2. And you can see it restarts. Now let's make that look a little better. It's all cluttered up. So let's go up here, print, and then we're going to do, I think it's a backslash. So quotes backslash n. Control Shift. And we are going to restart this. And right there you can see it creates this little empty space right in here. So that's really useful, in my opinion. So right there we have a little bit of added convenience. Now let's do some added performance. How are we going to add performance to this? Well, let's create a function. Well, def, we're going to call it main. We don't need to put any data into the parentheses. And we're just going to repeat this again. I hate this process. Alrighty, I'm likely, if I learn how to edit, in the time that I decide to post this, or today, I will cut this boring part out. Alrighty, so now we have, let me stop debugging this real quick. Alrighty, so now we have this all inside of a function. Now, what else are we going to do? Well, again, to add more performance, this is only going to be noticeable if it's on an incredibly old computer. Like, I'm talking like 2004. Alrighty. So, import. Actually, no, we don't want import. We want from threading import thread. Alrighty. And then we're going to start. So we're going to create our thread. So we're going to call it T1 equals thread. Target is going to be main. T1 dot start. T1 dot join. Save this, and it should run. Now, one thing I already noticed myself is that it seems to be running a little faster now. So enter your first number. Let's do 5. In my opinion, it's a little snappier, but again, it's not going to really matter that much if you're on a newer computer, which this is a newer laptop. So, right there we have the threads. Now let's add even more convenience to it. So let me stop debugging it real quick. And let's add even more convenience to it. Print, would you like to end the program? Alrighty, put a question mark here. Yes dash no. Alrighty. And we're gonna call it end. Actually, let's just put an underscore choice in there. Equals input and then we are going to want, I'm just going to do that because I like the way that kind of looks. Choice if end choice is equal to, say, let's do yes, we're going to say break, and then else continue. Let's run the program here. Alrighty, enter your first number. Alrighty, 5 times 5. Would you like to exit the program? And we exit the program. Just like that, it's that easy. And it's also very easy to create a calculator like this. And there's so much I could do, and so much more tweaking we could do, that it could take hours into making this video. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to waste my time because I got some important things to do today. But that just goes to show you how versatile Python is. And other programming languages too are incredibly versatile. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I also hope this helps you. Have a great day.